Good morning from the trail. Well, there's the sunrise. 7:15 a.m. February 19th, 2023. View from the shores of Conroe Lake, I believe is the name of the lake. There's the sunshine peeping through the trees. Alright, we're headed around. We should be crossing the upper end of it today. So back out on the trail. There's our camped last night. The first campsite you come to if you're going east on this trail is very popular and busy. Of course, I was here on a Saturday night, so that made it a whole lot more popular. So I come around to the upper end of it and camped right before you start getting really away from the lake. Alrighty. Planning on another 16-mile day to get around to where, I can't remember the name of the spring, but it's about 3 miles before I-45 crossing. And camp there so I can stop and grab my food cache and make that walk across 45 and be back in the woods over there. There's a look and see, it looks like there's a pretty long water carrier in there, so we'll see when we get around there. But it may not be as bad as it usually is, I guess would be the better way to say that. Simple fact that all these little drainages I'm seeing water run in, so a person could find water. Alrighty, there's a inlet going into Conroe Lake. So far the trail's been pretty cruisy, so I'm gonna kind of not go as fast as I was going yesterday. I was in camp pretty early, but it did give me a good long rest period, so I guess it's kind of a trade-off in there. Alrighty, let's get on up here, and there's supposed to be a spring ahead of me up here somewhere, and dump this lake water out and get some spring water. Well, there's mile 17, so I'm gonna say that camp was closer to 16.7 than 16.5, so there we go. Alrighty, cruising up to this little bottom area. Nice clear running spring right over there, water. And there's a couple of places a person can get a tent up. I should have went ahead and walked just a little bit more yesterday and come up here. That's way better water than lake water. So anyway, I've been just kind of still cruising along, getting the old body up and working and blood a flowing. So there's that little creek again. It's moving, so let's get water coming into it from somewhere. This trail's still just as cruisy. Maintenance crew's been out. Those folks are awesome. I know that's not an easy task, but I do it myself. It takes a lot of work. Oh, it's just gorgeous up through here. Look at that. Yeah. Oh well, that's the way it always goes. You always find the better campsites when you get up in the morning and start walking. So, there's plenty of flat spots out in there. Person could have put my tent up. I'd have been right there. I could have been right there, but anyway, it's okay. All right, looks like we're gonna cross this little stream here. All right, which way do we go? I think we go right up there and walk the log across. Okay, let's go do it. Yeah, there we go, success. Didn't fall off the log. Oh yeah. See, keep walking, there's a better campsite right there. Pine needles right on the ground, nice and cushy. Alrighty. I think I'm gonna stop and dump the lake water out, grab some of this water, and go from there. Mile 18, just past Quicksand Creek. We're getting a few more views of the lake, so very pretty. We're kind of cruising along here. Looks like the hogs have been through this area also. Lots of rooting going on. Alrighty. We're still just cruising. Just met some day hikers this morning. Alrighty, let's keep going. Yep, hope the sun ain't hitting you back there. Probably around 19, I'm thinking. Coming to an area here where the trail kind of turns to clay. Of course, it's slow spots. It's got that smell to it that it's always wet in here. But crossed a little stream, and it was flowing, so I don't know if that's another spring maybe in there that's not marked on the map anywhere. But it is flowing and was pretty clear, so. Oop. Alrighty. So there's a little view walking down, and looks like we're walking back up out of it now. Starting to warm up. I'm gonna have to stop and come out of this hoodie. This is a QU Merino Pro is what they call it, 200 weight. So it's been doing an awesome job. It'll keep me warm while I'm hiking, so it's almost too warm now. I'm supposed to get up here to kick off to the Double Lake campground. So may pop in there and use the restroom facilities and get out of this shirt for sure. So anyway, here we go. Just moving around the trail here. Just walked into another one of those areas with it's kind of open with, see out through there with all the palm fronds in there. So that's pretty awesome. Got some bridges up here that this is the second one I passed that water's running, sure gonna be nice to have. Alrighty, we're still cruising. Seen a couple of offshoots down to the lake, so I'm assuming you get, there's optional camping in here. Should be getting close enough to that Wind Lakes campground, I think, or whatever they call it. Don't know for sure. You can probably park up there and folks hike down here to camp. Because this trail is getting really wide and well beaten, so. Alrighty, just cruising along. Just passed a couple of places in there where you could offshoots to go down towards the lake and camp. I'm assuming that folks probably park up here at the state park and then walk down here to hike down here to camp, because this path is pretty wide and well beaten. We're just still moving along. Man, this is gorgeous out here. You guys are 360. Alright, the day's starting to warm up already. Definitely gonna have to come out of this hoodie for sure. I'm gonna try to make it up here and kind of go from there. Alright. Onward up the trail we go. Okay, just walking into the campground here. Got 15 miles to the 45, which I'm gonna hold up before I get there. So, alrighty. I could have probably made it up here last night in camp pretty easy. Anyway. Alrighty. Nice little stopover. You're at the Stubblefield campground, not Twin Lakes, Stubblefield. Well, I've been wrong on that one, so good place to stop and refill water and take a restroom break. I went in and washed my face on some hot water, so that felt pretty good. Had a guy there that'd been walking and had to get off. He's carrying quite a bit of weight there. He's carrying a little blow-up raft that he'd go fishing and stuff in, so that's pretty awesome. Alrighty, I guess this is a bridge that we could cross. It had been under construction and closed, and looks like some people fishing off of it. That's kind of what the guide said you'd find down here. Alrighty, let's cruise on down here and see if we can figure out where to go to. Okay, crossed the bridge. Very popular fishing place. Lots of folks out fishing this morning. Little boat launch in there, so they've done a pretty good job on that bridge as far as making it friendly for the fishermen and people hiking and all that kind of stuff. Both sides of that bridge has got, of course, places for people to fish off of, and so it makes it easy access for you to get across. So, all right, get on down here and figure out where I gotta go back in the woods on this little road walk here. It's been a pleasant morning so far. Stopped back at the Stubblefield campground, not the Double Lake campground, and visited with the guy there. He had to get off the trail, but he was carrying a little boat. He was fishing along the way as he went, so I didn't like the last 20 miles of it. I think he just yo-yoed up and down through there at all the little parking lots. He can knock it out. No weight on his back at that point. Alrighty, I see some blazes up here, so that's where we turn back in at. Here we go. Just past the mile marker 21. This is supposed to be Gus Randall Road. So come up and cross the lake, drop back into the woods, and cross that road and back into the woods again. So, pretty enjoyable hike again today. Just cruising along. The cloudy skies and pretty cool day. Looking down a power line, so. Alrighty, we're just cruising along again. It's kind of been the theme of this hike. You kind of go through some pretty dense coverage, and then you'll hit areas like this where you can kind of see out through there. So very beautiful. Thoroughly enjoying the walk through the pines, for sure. Alrighty. Well, 21, that means we've got another 12 miles for the day. That's kind of where I'm shooting for to hold up at. We'll see how we feel when we get there. Gotta take a look at the map and see if I'm gonna cross 45 or not. Time will tell. We'll see how the little body's feeling when we get there. Mile 22, double deuces. There we go. I think I'm probably fix to cross another road. I can hear traffic. Alrighty, onward we go. Okay, so there is, we walk down that part where we walk right by private property. And we come up here to the bearing tree. That's how they kind of marking corners. And if I can step over here without killing myself, you can see the marker in the ground, the official marker. So there's another bearing tree with a trespassing sign on it. So that's private property. Stay off of that. So between that last video clip I shot, we were just up and down in gullies. Kind of changes the pace of the on the leg, so that's kind of all right in my books. Kind of getting to work the muscles a little bit. All right, still cruising here. Well, there's 23. Still just moving along. Beautiful house out there. So we're coming along down the side of that private property. Coming up to Bath Road, 1374 maybe. Don't hold me to that on the marker. So I'll cross this up here in just a little bit. I think Bath Road swings, kind of runs northwest into the town of Bath and swings back north again. So I think we're getting to where we got a little longer road walk to do. Just past a gentleman back there that had a pair of moccasins on he was hiking in. Said he started out in some heavy combat boots that he wears from time to time, but not what he hikes in. And has tore his feet up, so that means he's probably loaded up with blisters. So that's where you got to pay attention to. That's what you hike in or train in. That's what you need on your feet. I've seen it a couple of times out here on the trail. That or someone going buying a brand new pair of shoes that they hadn't worn before. Stylish shoes, let me put it that way. And it gives them blisters. So. Go up here and get across the highway. Yeah, I stopped in the middle of the road to start a video. Had to make it feel like I was kind of at work out in the road. Alrighty, so we're going back into the woods right here along the Star hiking trail. Looks like we go straight into the woods, not up and down the fence line. Here we go. Okay, past 24. You walk down here, this is supposed to be Fern Creek. I went up the trail a little ways thinking it was going to cross it, but it doesn't. It turns up the hill, so come in here and see about getting a little water, topping off. I don't fall in the process. Alright, they don't look too healthy, but we're going to need a little more to get to where we're going. Alrighty, pack is back on. Fern Creek didn't look too sanitary. I'm going to take my chances and go on. Hopefully I'll come across a little bit better water somewhere. So, didn't care too much for the looks of it at all. The spots in there had a little sheen on the water like it had oil in it. Don't know that, just guessing. Pretty good algae growth in the bottom of it. So, but we did get the zip the pants legs off and down to shorts and t-shirt already. So, alright, let's go up here and we got a little road walk and we'll take a look at that pond up at the next water source. And I've been crossing these little ditches with water, you know. So, we get away from the town of Bath and I'm off out in the forest distance. I see that. I'll pick up water in one of those drainage ditches. Alright, here we go. Mile 25. Mile 25. Here we go. Okay, just past the 25 mile mark. Of course, I don't know whether this will be have water in it when you come by. This definitely looks better than what was down there at Fern Creek. So, this is where I wish I could reach that side pocket and pull my water filter stuff out so I wouldn't have to take my bag off. I just dip me up a water and top my 2-liter off and take off. But, oh well, here's what it is. Road just broke out onto this wider trail. Just past mile 26. This may be some of that area that they talk about. The trail is actually the old railroad bed. So, don't know. Ain't that pretty in there? Alrighty. We're still cruising along. We haven't, should be getting real close to the road walk up here, so we'll just keep cruising along. Dodging mud hose. 26 miles on the Lone Star Trail, and I still have dry feet. A couple times been damp, but nothing major. So, okay, here we go. Okay, we just come down the road walk. We turned right on. All up and down that road's got those purple markers on them. So that means no forbidden trespassing or something other in the state of Texas. There's a buzzard down there in the middle of the road. Maybe he's looking for wayward hikers. So now we turn on Bath Road and head up it. So here we go. Alright. There's trail markers right over on that post. And trail says we turn and come across here. There's a marker on that post. So cross that cattle guard, I'm assuming. Two guys ahead of me, so we'll just assume we're all right. Looks like we're going to turn and go up this lane here, it looks like. Oop, there we go. Anyway, there's what the gate looks like. Let's continue on. Okay, so the trail's turned into a lane now again, or the roadwalk's turned into a lane. After we crossed that cattle guard, we crossed another cattle guard and walked up past people's houses. So didn't feel anything there for the respect for them. Allowing us to use a road here to get back into the forest. So that little stretch out across that field on the driveway was hot, really hot. So, all right, keep cruising here. All right, try it again. Right down about that gate down there is where we come through, back off the road walk and back onto this forest trail. Didn't record coming through. There's a guy there stretched out on his mat taking him a nap. So we're following another forest road, but it's not quote unquote a road walk, so that's even better. So all right, we can go on up through here ourselves. Let me pull over and take another little break. I don't know what mile I'm at. It got to be around 28 or so. 5 left for the day, where I'm trying to get to. So we'll see. Mile 31. So this trail past about half a mile or so, appears to be full of robins maybe. I don't know what they are for sure. Man, they are everywhere. Not really colored like a robin. About that size though. On the ground like a robin would be all over the place, but man, they've been everywhere. Lots of them. Yeah, it is a robin. I can see one there now. Okay. So, I don't know if this is where the robins come south to winter at. But the woods has been full of them. Alrighty. Keep on trucking. I believe at 32 is where we crossed the dam at. So, keep on moving. Okay, there's mile 32. So, yeah, we gotta go out here and make this little jog. Road in down, point 1. Alright, we're going that way. West End, Huntsville, 3.6. Cool. Alright. Out in the heat. Here we go. Figure out where I'm supposed to be at. Alright. Assuming down there where that car is parked at. Alright, here we go. Okay, just come down the street there. There's the dam I'm assuming we're going across, so here we go. Alrighty, here we are at the, everybody says this thing is slick, so I'm gonna leave the shoes on and go across it. Pretty cool. Alright, here we go. Alrighty, I made it across. A couple of those slips and slides. I ain't joking, it's slick. Alright. Figure out where I'm supposed to go back up the trail there, and I see some signs right over there. Okay, there's crossing the dam. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, so about 2.5 miles now to where I'm going to camp for the night. There's the trail we're gonna climb up. Got some mountains to climb. Woo-wee! Let's go. Go get it. Alrighty. Says 2.8 miles to 45. So just check guy, and this is 1.6 where that spring is, and that's where I want to camp at. So that's the plan, is to camp and load up for the night. So, all right, let's get up this hill.